Alright guys, TacticalRab again. I hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. Some serious Rostermania emerging in the Call of Duty League with some challengers teams officially getting locked in. It's raised many questions on which of these players might well be ending up in the Pro League in the next couple of days. It looks like Kips to Toronto could be a done deal, but Zoomer implies that there is yet more to come in terms of Rostermania right now. In addition to all the drama about the Bush Gaming boys last night, there were conversations about shutting the whole operation down, but Jersey Jerry is not going to go down without a fight. Very much into your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. We're going to start with the roster stuff. These are some of the rosters that have been rumoured, near enough locked to know for the last few days. The P17 featuring Afro and Beans. They're alongside Eric Boom and Diamond Con. You've got one of the Falcons options. They've got Roxas and QK still going over there, although there are some questions lately as to whether the main Falcons roster could consider somebody like QK if they need to do a bit of a role swap going on. Omid featuring Aluka, Asim, Fellow and Brack. Falcons Academy White as well, that's now Big Wake, 2-Real, King of Body and Arcetes. Vivid and Maka with Yuli and Geo. So that was some of the discussion the last couple of days, but the big development of yesterday was around what the Huntsmen were going to do, right? Because Renegade's not going anywhere yet, although I do think there are teams that could benefit from him and his services at some point in the near future. Of course, Rusby's still there, Johnny coming in as well. The question was, who was going to be their fourth player, right? Could Kips come back? Kips would always have been coming back if he didn't have a Pro League offer, and that's what we believe therefore is the case. They were scrimming with Nementions or Cal. So they played with Nementions for one day, they played with Cal for a couple of days, then they were back to playing with Nementions, and therefore they made their decision. So Nementions is in. His stats are pretty solid. He's been pretty good in challenges. I think many would say that one of his major strengths is his communication. And yeah, we'll see how it goes for the Huntsman. But look, Nium, he's gone to the Pro League now. Kips, it looks like he might be going to the Pro League now. So there's been a strong path to Pro on the Stallions for a good few years at this point. Zoomer did the numbers that near enough 25-30% of the league has been on the Stallions at least at some point. And the Huntsmen, well, they've got a couple of guys, it seems, over the last couple of months getting that call up as well. So not a bad place to be. Nementions is in. There was some comment here from Zinni, the general manager. We ran some trials and it was clear that Nementions was our guy. Very excited for this next chapter. So kind of interesting that because they did trial with Cal for a couple of days, he did tweet as well and say, you know, thanks for the tryout, wasn't the right fit. And honestly, I was nearly done competing before this last week, but my confidence is back and I believe I can make an impact on a top team. So wishing all of these guys the best. As Zinni therefore says, Kips, right? What's going on? Because he would have come back if he wasn't getting a better opportunity and he's not going to another Challengers team. Zinni says, you guys will find out more in the coming days. Love our boy Kips and, well, you'll figure it out. So the rumour has been around Toronto, right? There was a rumour a week or so ago, even after the major, that Toronto were looking to bring Kips in as a substitute opportunity. Then they played last weekend and got slammed 0-6 map count, didn't win a map. So you can only imagine. And also JoeDeceives played terribly last weekend, and Joe is not a terrible player. So it only stands to reason that JoeDeceives kind of lost full with the team situation, and on some level, I can't really blame him. They obviously need something to switch up in the same way that Thieves, look, are they going to be better with Nium compared to Kenny? Time will tell on that. But it's quite clear they needed to do something to switch up the vibes and the energy in that camp, which is what they decided to do. Even if the team doesn't work out in the long run, they needed to make that decision. Same story, I think, here with Toronto. Clearly, something's got to give if they're going to give their team some sort of a spark. And Kips has been getting good gas for understandable reasons as a viable option. I think he will tend to play a flex, so the idea, I suppose, is you get rid of ReeaL, you put CleanX back to the sub alongside JoeDeceives, which, to be honest, should probably never have changed in the first place. Then presumably Insight to stay, unless they're doing anything else and making another change, which is also not impossible. There is an argument to say, is a one-man move enough for that Toronto team? Could they consider alternatives? That's where it looks like Kips is going anyway after the recent rumours. But Zoomer then says, Rostermania eyes emoji, because one roster change, Kips in for ReeaL or whatever, that doesn't count as Rostermania, right? That's one move. But if there's something else going on, all of a sudden you've got a couple of teams changing, some pieces are moving. Who knows? Because, as I say, there's been a little bit of talk about the Falcons, what they could be looking at. Just because, as far as I understand, it's not all sunshine and rainbows internally at that camp, and they made good progress during the first stint. Can they keep that up? I'm not saying they need to blow it up or should blow it up, or, I mean, okay, blow it up implies making multiple changes, which is probably not needed, but Kismet has been talking about not being so happy on the AR. I can't imagine Pred and Selim are going anywhere. Exnit is, you know, we talked about on the show yesterday, like the Saudi scump in many respects. I don't think they want him off the team, but there is an argument to say, do you bring in QK on the flex, you put Exnid to the bench, and you put Kismet back on the sub alongside Pred, where maybe he should be? There's a consideration there. Obviously, teams like Surge, they're terrible, right? Something's surely got to give there, but they already made a change for Legend for TJ. They might at this point just have given up. So I'm not really sure what Zuma's getting at. Intrigued to your thoughts, as always, in the comments below. The other half of the video, though, we've got to talk about the Bush, because yesterday was a fantastic day of content, also a concerning day if you're a Bush fan, but it's certainly not over yet. So they do their owners meeting yesterday. The boys, Mook, Sass, and Jerry, they sit down with Austin, one of the top guys at Barstool. People say like Austin or like Dave Portnoy's right-hand man, this type of stuff. This owners meeting, by the way, there was 5,000 plus people watching this premiere live, right? Like there was a lot of intrigue in what these boys had to say. Obviously, this was the thumbnail, and these were some of the comments on the video, right? So everyone's got an opinion. If you guys have watched it, you know, you guys feel free to check it out after the fact. Obviously, it's an hour long, but Austin Jenkins, they get into it, right? And he's calling them out. And he's saying, look, boys, XYZ is not good enough. You guys have got to lock in if we're going to make this a profitable venture for Barstool. He was talking about like the sales people struggling to sell sponsors against the Bush because they don't really understand it. And it's like, well, to me, that sounds like a salesperson problem. But, you know, whatever. I do understand that in terms of like VC and investment and stuff, if you mention the word esports, they will shrivel up into a ball. But not to say that for mainstream sponsors, that can't still be a viable option, right? And I think this is some of the discussion. We talked about it with Don on the show last night, that maybe Barstool are hoping they're going to bring in Nike and Coca-Cola, right, as the first sponsors of the Bush. I think, okay, maybe let's just bring the expectations down a little bit, because the concern really is that they're trying to get funding to come to Birmingham for the second major. And obviously that's in the UK, right? So the flights aren't going to be cheap. It's going to be expensive to make that happen. So they're going to need some sort of funding from somewhere. Currently the budget is $0, 0 cents. So Austin was calling them out, you know, putting the boys on blast. Whether that was a good, you know, whether that's good leadership, whether it's been lots of debate on it regardless. And you can see some of the reaction in the comments. He does do a comment and say, look, I believe in the project. I think it can work, but right now we've got to try harder. So Jersey Jerry, what an absolute legend of the scene. Austin hit him with, you know, you're not doing enough right now. And look, whatever you think about whether Austin was being fair or not, to a certain extent, I think he's lit a fire under the boys to be like, okay, we're going to prove this clown wrong and let's deliver. So Jersey Jerry decides, okay, the suit and the tie is coming out. We're going live on stream and we're going to start cold calling to get some sponsors in for the Bush, which we desperately need. And this stream was absolutely sensational. Of course, there were tons of tweets hitting the timeline as a result. I got to share a good few minutes of this because like the opening to it and some of the moments in this, just absolutely fantastic. So look, it looks like it's going somewhere. And also, I know for an absolute fact, at some point when they do get a sponsor, and I imagine it's going to happen relatively soon at this rate, even if it's not any just like crazy, massive, you know, $1 million deal, even if it's just enough to pay for the boys to get out there to Birmingham and give them a bit of a salary or whatever the case is, Bush, I know that the fans are going to support this, right? Not even just the COD fans in general, although I think that's true to an extent, but Bush is gaining a massive following right now. There's an argument to say that Bush, in terms of the impact that they're having, is far greater than some of the other Barstool shows, which do have the big sponsors and all that type of stuff. I think it's only a matter of time until they get something sorted. And when they do, as I say, I know that the fans are going to really get behind it because just how great these guys have been for the scene already. Like, what a character.
Let's get it going. First call on the list. First call on the list. I got some powerful numbers here, boys. We're going to call Mayor, former mayor of New York City, Eric Adams. We're going to call Eric Adams right away. We're going to call Eric Adams. I got a powerful guy in the industry, and he has given us some very powerful numbers. So we're going to call Brooklyn Borough former president, I don't know, it says here, Brooklyn Borough President Mayor Adams, Eric Adams.
The service you're attempting to use has been restricted or is unavailable.
Okay, so that's a no-go. Okay, next up, we're going to have part owner of the 76ers, David Adelman. Does anybody know David Adelman? Part owner of the 76ers.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if
This guy might have gave me fake numbers. Brooks Koepka. Let's call Brooks Koepka. Let's call Brooks Koepka. Brooks could answer me. Brooks knows me.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless.
This guy might have gave me fake numbers. All right. Bad start. That's okay. Bad start. Listen, I got an email with a bunch of numbers here. Hold on. Oh, what about Casey? I used to work at Bath and Body Works in Arizona in 2015. I wonder if she's still working with Bath and Body Works. I used to stock shelves at Bath and Body Works.
Hello?
Hey, is this Casey?
Yeah.
Hey, Casey, you're on a recorded line. My name is Jerry. You were my manager back in 2015. I don't know if you remember. I used to stock shelves for you.
Oh, I absolutely remember you, yes.
How are you doing? Long time no talk.
I know, it's been a minute.
Yeah. Hey, so, sorry for the random call. I know it's, late over there. Are you still West Coast?
Yeah, I live in Arizona, but I'm currently in Missouri right now visiting family.
Okay, cool. Are you still at Bath and Body Works by any chance?
No.
Ah, damn. If you don't mind me asking, where are you working now?
I work for the state of Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to do with a game, any type of like funds from Arizona? So pretty much, basically, what I'm trying to ask is, obviously, I work for a media superstar, Dave Portnoy, and obviously he's massive. Everybody knows who he is and whatnot. We built this brand called Telluride Bush. A guy by the name of Lil Sasquatch started it. This guy Mook jumped on board, and then I jumped on board. Anyway, we're doing millions and millions and millions of views a month here, and we were looking for. I really wanted the Bath and Body Works because we sit and do like a watch party, and the candles would have been electric. We could have plugged the candles and whatnot. But long story short, I don't know if the state of Arizona is the best fit, but if you have any type of extra funding from this state, we would love to have it.
Oh, I don't have that kind of pull.
All good.
I run a licensing program, so I run.
Okay.
I basically oversee licensure for a bunch of different random professions and occupations for the state now.
Okay. I mean, Casey, this is a random profession. We're in gaming. It's pretty random.
Yeah. It's like midwives, doulas, speech and hearing
Oh,
professionals.
yeah, no, we're not into that. We're not into that.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Casey, I don't want to take up too much of your time. You were the best manager I ever had. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You have a great night.
Yeah, you too. Thanks. Bye.
Yes, ma'am. Bye. Buffalo Wild Wings? This girl's name is Jennifer.
Hello, thank you for calling Buffalo Wild Wings in Cato. How can I help you?
Hey, is this Jennifer?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you have any like a manager I could speak to right now?
It'll just be a second for them to pick up the phone.
Yeah, no rush.
This is Eric, Buffalo Wild Wings Management. How may I help you tonight?
Hey, Eric, how you doing? My name is Jersey Jerry. You're live to tape right now. I'm a sales guy for a company called the Telluride Bush, and I don't want to talk your ear off. I just want to get right to the point. We were looking into like a partnership with the Buffalo Wild Wings. We were gonna go with like Wingstop, but our guys prefer Buffalo Wild Wings, as do I. So we're just.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys blow them out the water. Not even close.
Yeah, no, that's definitely bringing business for us. As far as like sponsorship and stuff, I have a card in front of me. She is called Jen, or her name is Jen. She is our
Jen or Jim?
Jen, like Jennifer.
I'm sorry. I didn't catch that. Jin, Jin or Gen?
Gen. It's short for Jennifer.
Jen or Gen? I don't want to mess it up.
Oh, Jen.
Jen. I'm sorry. Okay, her name is Jennifer. Okay. Can I get a phone number?
She's right here too, if you would
Oh yeah, that'll be easier. Yeah, for sure.
1 second.
I'm about to talk to the boss.
Sorry about that. She just got done with the meeting, so I guess she's just gonna head on out.
If you could just be like, Jen, just give him 30 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yep, 1 second.
That's how you do this. I just need 30 seconds.
Hi, this is Jen McCabe. I'm actually on my way out after a 12-hour day. How can I help you?
Oh, Jen, 12-hour day. I'm sorry to take up the minute of your time. Listen, Jen, I want to get right to the point. I work for a company called Barstool Sports. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes, I have.
So my name is Jerry. I'm pretty much Dave Portnoy's right-hand guy. We started a gaming company called Telluride Bush. I would love the opportunity to have a sponsorship with you guys. You know, we want to give you guys that extra promo. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, is it like esports or?
Correct, yes, esports,
Okay,
yes.
so we've already been down. I don't know, are you looking for a contact at Buffalo Wild Wings Corporate? We're a franchise and we have 2 locations.
No, we're looking for your location, We're gonna flood our guys to your location.
Gotcha, so we've already been down the esports road. With some other sponsorships and partnerships with the local colleges and stuff, and that's probably not something that's gonna fit into our budget for this year. Yeah.
Hey, listen, Jennifer. I know you worked a long day, a 12-hour shift. We're gonna still support Buffalo Wild Wings no matter what.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. We put together a local marketing budget. It's determined. We just don't.
That's a bang job. Listen, just say no. You don't want us to give you that extra push? Smell ya.
In the end, he does get biz to bite, and there's obviously a little bit of talk here about, okay, a Barstool sponsoring themselves and all this, but Pink Whitney. Anyway, there was some discussion. Jersey Jerry calls it a night at the end of this, and, well, we'll see where it all goes from here. So, wishing all the gentlemen the best. What a fantastic bit of entertainment as always. The COD scene just never fails to deliver, you know? It doesn't matter what it is, all the problems with the CDL and the scene and so many other factors, but, like, you just can't get away that the personalities in the scene always deliver. So, anyway, intrigued to your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new. Take care, and I'll see you next time.